this popped up onto my feed. Hassan's calling Asmongold the Rabbi Shmuley of the right. And here's the thing. Before we get into it, I saw a bit of conversation in my last Asmongold video, and let's get this straight. I don't follow him because I like him. I follow him because he says wild things, and of the wild things he says, I agree with. Like there's somebody here that I agree. Like let's see, I like this a lot. I don't watch Asmongold because I follow him or agree with him. I watch him because he's entertaining, doesn't bitch and cry all day, calls shit out without fear, says stuff we can't say, tries to be non-biased, and when he gets stuff wrong, he admits it. Let me see what. Hold on. Who's seen? I want to see the reposts. How do I do that? View quotes. There's been 2 people that reposted. Okay. Anyways, also he said let's see what the video says first.
Streamers that like talking a lot about how, I mean, the thing is that I don't really talk about this a lot because I think that it's kind of like an ego thing. I know there are other streamers that like talking a lot about how, you know, they get mainstream credibility and
I wonder who he's talking about. This also reveals that he does fucking hate that nobody takes him serious. This also
stream credibility and thing. I know there are other streamers that like talking a lot about how, you know, they get mainstream credibility and mainstream.
But here's the thing, like
I wonder who he's talking about. This also reveals.
Incel Nazis hate white women for liking non-white people. White men hate women for having hearts. Like, hold on. Let's see let's explore the chat first and foremost to see what we're dealing with. What the fuck has our country come to that the vice president retweets Asmongold? He's a little too happy to be retweeted by Peter Thiel's blood boy, who's got pumped. Pick me behavior. The circus gives a platform to clowns. Doesn't even realize that this makes the VP an idiot. Most of his fans came from the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case. What are you saying? Is that what we need to make dark woke real? My friend told me he used a rotting rat as an alarm clock. I mean, there was that instance, but it's gone. Like, sure, it happened. Is it happening currently? As far as I know, I don't think so. Why does he immediately start doing AAVE when he learned the JD Vance retweet him? His Twitter feed is Elon Sloptube. He never criticized Charlie because his views will realize that they're not the same person. But that's okay, that's wild to bring up.
Ego thing. I know there are other streamers that like talking a lot about how, you know, they get mainstream credibility and mainstream.
I wonder who he's talking about. This also reveals that he does fucking hate that nobody takes him seriously. Look at how excited he is that someone in a position of power has actually validated his worldview.
Wait. Well, it's... Wait. I can't even see the tweet. Hold on. Let me see if I can't... World-class credibility. Hold on, let's see what's going on first. I'm trying to find the clip that he was talking about. It's hard to even see what that says. While it's some, as if the thing is absolutely happened. obviously happened because it was recorded from multiple angles and analyzed by the whole world on a frame by frame basis. It actually happened. Amazing. Looking forward to seeing the rest of the next gold post shift. This argument is just entirely fake for two reasons. Was that him being retweeted by JD Vance regarding his whole thing? Well, it's... Oh, yeah, this is regarding the Renee thing, I think? But anyways.
After spending years sucking up to the administration. Issue with him becoming the face of the modern right-wing movement, by the way. I think that when under the spotlight, guys like this will crumble because they are devoid of real ideological conviction and the stubbornness necessary to be in this battle for an extended period of time. And especially if the money dries up, they'll fucking stop.
Right?
What news station would have you? Actually, like maybe Fox News, I guess?
Why is Fox News the first thing he's thinking about?
A big part of the reason why you cannot handle the spotlight is because you don't actually have real convictions. You're just doing it for pure grift. And the moment of pushback, the first side of pushback, you would fold, as you do every single time. That's.
I mean, when there's pushback, there's. I don't know if I can listen to him any longer. Like, it's wild that he is saying things to purposefully like gaslight Adam Gold for like his takes. But let me see what other people feel about it, because like I don't know how to like really properly say things. Oh god. But like definitely it's really crazy to where like it's wild. Because first and foremost, who is even Rabbi? Who's even this rabbi? Because I don't even know who he is. Who is? Because I don't know who he is. Celebrity Chaser. Is he a Celebrity Chaser? Leading relationship and spiritual experts. You know, that's the funniest thing, like him trying to relate Asman to the rabbi when there's no actual context. He hates that nobody takes him seriously under the spotlight. Guys like this will crumble. I mean, he's been in the spotlight plenty of times. You can't handle the spotlight if you went on Fox looking at this. People, I mean, I'm pretty sure that, like any normal person, if you would go to a place like Fox News, like you would actually dress up and clean yourself up. When you're at home, who cares what you wear as long as like you're covering up like privates and you're like safe to be on camera? If you're safe to be on camera, then who cares what you're dressed up as when you're at home? Because case in point, I mean, I'm even wearing this like long sleeve just because I have a shit ton of them and I can never wear them at work because it always gets too hot. But at home, I have the luxury of wearing long sleeves that I like to wear because I'm at home. Like, what do you mean? Social skills? What do you mean social skills? Wasn't he a founder of OTK? I mean, he definitely does have like his own convictions. So, oh god.
You know, they get mainstream credibility.
What if I just speed him up? Then I can.
I wonder who he's talking about.
I wonder if I can speed him up.
This also reveals that he does fucking hate that nobody takes him seriously. Look at how excited he is that someone in a position of power, after spending the modern right-wing movement, by the way, I think that when with him becoming the face of the modern right-wing movement, by the way, I think that when under the spotlight, guys like this will crumble because they are devoid of real ideological conviction and the stubbornness necessary to be in this battle for an extended period of time. And especially if the money dries up, they'll fucking stop.
Right?
What news station would have you? Actually, like maybe Fox News, I guess? You cannot handle the spotlight, my friend. A big part of the reason why you cannot handle the spotlight is because you don't actually have real conviction.
This is the biggest problem from how he speaks. He speaks as if he has the high ground, so much so that it's suffocating. I don't know if it's me, but I feel like it's suffocating to try to hear his reasoning for this, for whatever reason.
You're just doing it for pure grift. And the moment of pushback, the first side of pushback, you would fold, as you do every single time. That's why you're Asman fold. You don't have any social skills, you don't have any ideological conviction, and you don't even want to fucking shower. And I feel like if you went on Fox News looking like this,
Why is he talking about the way he showers, man? Why are you talking about? Why bring up his cleanliness and his hygiene? What does that? What does his cleanliness have to do with his ideals, with his perspectives on the subject? Nothing.
people go, ew, gross, this is our representative on the internet? God damn, you would make people fucking reconsider right-wing positions. Asmongold is the Rabbi Shmuley of defending right-wing propaganda.
What does that mean? Who's Rabbi Shmuley?
Anyone that encounters Rabbi Shmuley will leave that conversation damning Israel to hell, okay? Although Rabbi Shmuley wants to defend Israel, he is so repulsive in the ways that he tries to defend Israel that most people, even people who were pro-Israel prior to encountering Rabbi Shmuley, leave that conversation thinking, you know, the Palestinian resistance can't be all that bad. And Asmongold has a...
But that doesn't explain who Rabbi Shmuley is, because, like, there's definitely Hassan's grasp on the bigger world is so narrow. And when you see someone boxed into a corner like he is on camera, I'm boxed into a corner myself because that's how you record, right? But the thing is that, like, he doesn't even explain who Rabbi Shmuley is. So how am I supposed to relate to your perspective if you don't explain key characters? Like, I can tell you like a person can relate to Jesus or relate to MJ based on context. But the only reason that you'll ever have context of like Rabbi Shmuley is if you know what the fuck he's talking about.
Similar vibe for normies. He is a normie repellent. Okay? Both on the inside and on the outside, just like Rabbi Shmuley. And making it seem as though he is...
Asmongold goes off on Cutie Cinderella after she spoke out against Dice. It's another privileged white girl that lives in a gated community, totally isolated. You don't have any levels of understanding of this at all because you're rich. I mean, let's break it down for the most part, because it is one thing to where in this current society it happens more often than not that person of a brighter color have certain advantages, right? Like, I can definitely tell you back in 2000s, 2010, 1990s, 1980s, if you were dating a white girl and you were colored, you had it lucky. If you were like, that's the crazy thing, because like it's for the longest time, this is going on a hot take. This is the hot take of a kid who's a child of immigrants, to where the fact that my first name is a white guy's name, the fact that Tyler, being a white person's name, is the first thing in front of my Vietnamese name, Phu, or the fact that like my mom was so scared of me that she wasn't confident in having me come out be born as Phu Nguyen. And you know, I would have had to own it at some point. I have a friend who's Phu, my cousin's Tao Tung, and like based on those first names, they were born with it. And I don't know if if Phu himself was like born here in America or born elsewhere, but like I know a lot of Andrews, Anthony's, I know a lot of Pauls. Andre is biblical. Is Andre biblical? I think so. But the point is that there's a certain privilege that comes with having a white name, and so much so that like it almost makes it feel like a protective barrier. But the fact of like Cutie Cinderella, I don't know her actual name, but she is definitely white. Her hair, a white girl's hair, and I don't know if she was born in a gated community or like, I'm pretty sure she's in a gated community now because she's popular enough to have the need for such security. But it's crazy to see that like Cutie Cinderella has her own perspectives based on the way that she's grown up, based on how she was raised. she has certain perspectives based on the way she's raised, and nothing can quickly fix her perspective because that's been her life. Her life's perspective is based on her living as a white girl in a community that might have been predominantly white. Again, I don't know, but for like Hassan to bring this up is wild. Why don't you spit that silver pacifier out of your mouth first? Asmund actually started out poor. Ah, yes, the most in touch with the working class take is actually when you demand for white working class moms to go out and shout in the face by ICE. That's wild.
Not an out-of-touch multimillionaire just because he doesn't fucking shower. Many people actually don't
Again, why the showering?
understand that Asmongold is even more out of touch than the likes of someone like Cutie Cinderella or even someone like myself by virtue of us going outside and also regularly showering.
Again, why do you attack his character based on his what does his hygiene have to do with his perspectives on subjects?
But because Asmongold does not shower and lives in a fucking moldy-ass, stinky-ass house.
Have you been to his house? Again, that's another case of character assassination. Like, this thing about Hassan is wild. And again, I don't follow these two because I'm a fan. It's because Asmund says some like whack shit that may make sense, and it's fun to see almost the kind of controversy that he's in, because he has gaming perspectives, and I like his gaming perspectives. He has things to say about like the Veilguard stuff and like Dragon Age Veilguard stuff. I mean, that was funny. He took a chance at Monster Hunter. He took a chance at games that I like, and that's great. But this drama between Hassan and like Asmund is even funnier because this shows so much more of what Hassan thinks about, because there's nothing prompting him. There's nothing, but he only has Asmund's hygiene to go off against to assault like Asmund with.
A lot of people tune in and go, oh my god, he's just like Diogenes. He is my fucking filthy philosopher. He believes the things that I believe, so he must be right. Meanwhile, he is a fucking multimillionaire grifting off of your stupidity by telling you that Donald Trump is fucking awesome. Yeah, based. Everything is common.
I mean,
in a sense, deluding you that make this space that I'm in a worse place overall. Of course I'm going to oppose it, and I hope that other people will find courage in both my conviction and many others, and find courage in numbers to also oppose him.
are you opposing him because he doesn't share the same views? Because as far as I know, that's just the wildest thing. Is because throughout that entire like ramble, he doesn't explain why Asmund is the Rabbi Shmuley, because I don't know who Shmuley is. I tried to Google it, who Shmuley was, and it doesn't give me an idea of who Shmuley is. And it's wild. It's interesting to see the kind of crash out Hassan makes. And it's wild to see that he often talks about Asmund, because I think it's mostly because Asmund does better than him. But let's see, like, what
the thing is that I don't.
Hold on, let me see. Asmund brain. Oh yeah. L Gamers. Why isn't Hassan in prison? I guess because of like what he said. Because that is true though. Because like throughout the past year of me hearing about Hassan, he participated in an illegal protest, to where people were like blocking the highway. You're not supposed to block that. And he shocked his dog. And people like, he doesn't own up to it, even having his friends like Valkyrie like talk about it. Like the fact that she gaslit her own community about the whole Collargate and compared Collargate to that of those people within Palestine and stuff. Like why is Palestine the correlating situation to shocking your dog? I don't understand the protection. Tell the average American what Hassan's said about 9/11, and let's see how serious they take him. Yeah, because Hassan made a comment to where we deserve 9/11, and how does that make sense? It's not. It's like telling someone that they deserve. It's like that one. It's like one of the girls that supports him, saying that she believes American soldiers and stuff like that deserve PTSD or whatever. That's wild. And then must piss him off knowing he will never reach Asmon's audience. We all know you're a retard, and honestly, I blame. Why would you blame Israel? I don't know what Israel. Oh yeah, I think it's because Hassan. I think Hassan made his identity about advertising Israel and like associating himself with like the war and like politics. Is my understanding? He has no fucking clue who that rabbi is, and if he did, he wouldn't say that. But again, who is? Let me just ask me. Who is the rabbi? Not once did he explain the correlation between him and Asmon. I would like to know the answer to that, because I don't know the correlation. He's trying so hard to delegitimize his opponent. It's not working. Yeah, because all he does, his only weapon of choice is like expounding on his hygiene. And what does his hygiene have to do with Asmon's perspectives on subjects like what Iran's happening? Because like let's look at hold on. I think recently he showed videos about, he was the one bringing up the situations regarding Iran, right? Where is it? I think this is what he was talking about. No one's talking about the things in Iran. Yeah, like of all the people who should be talking about those footages, Hassan should be talking about it, not Asmon, right? So it's wild to see the Asmon derangement that Hassan has, and that's just the wildest thing I've seen.